Hi, welcome to SLN Science Academy. My name is Siddesh Kumar and I'm a mentor and faculty of SLN Science Academy. And today let us discuss and know what is the actual approach for this particular exam. So many people have multiple different approaches, and most of the people end up doing something which is not working approach. But so ultimately, what is working in the in this particular exam? Let us try to understand that in depth. So, and as long as UPSC is concerned, yes, of course, smart work definitely required, and doing hard work without aiding of smart work would not suffice. So here today we will be trying to understand the two different approach of UPSC. One is forward study and another one is reverse engineering. So the finding the right approach for UPSC exam. And so we should not be just studying hard, we should study smart to make the UPSC way easier. So now let us understand what exactly the forward study is all about. So forward study is nothing but you are just not following anything related to UPSC syllabus or stuff. You are directly just covering, you are gathering the book, you are gathering the material or the source, and you are completing the material without following the PYQ or the syllabus thoroughly, and you will start the text and you will try to complete it. For example, if you are following the the Lakshmikant Indian polity book, you will organizedly and very systematically, starting from first chapter to last chapter, you are covering, and at the end of the day you do not have any strong base on that particular subject. So that is what the forward study is. In forward, what exactly you did just completed this subject book, textbook, but you did not completed the syllabus what is required for the UPSC. So here what did you do? You just completed the textbook and you had that satisfaction of completion of the book, but you did not do what is needed for the exam. So advantage of following the forward studies: yes, you may build the strong conceptual foundation, and you may have the good first time, as it would be good for those people who are starting for the first time. So those are necessarily have to be doing the forward study. And what are the limitations? So it may lead to over reading and missing UPSC the specific trends. You are not covering what is needed for the UPSC, and you are just doing something what which is not so necessary. So in order to know what is not necessary and what is necessary, analysis is important, and forward study will not help you. And the risk of preparing non-relevant content. So when you do not have the proper understanding of syllabus and PYQ, obviously you will end up reading such content which is not important for UPSC, and you may end up reading you may end up making notes of such content which is not actually needed for UPSC. So now let us understand how exactly this forward study method helps you. So in forward study, as I told you, the pros is it will build a strong foundation, and it builds a robust conceptual understanding of the crucial and tackling of complex questions, and it will definitely make your foundation stronger. But it would be a very time-taking process. So the first timers can obviously follow this method, and in the initial first reading they can do the forward study, but going forward the second and third reading you cannot be following the forward study, because that will consume a lot of time, which is not necessary to be given to the that particular section. And cons of it is over reading of risk. So reading something which is not necessary and missed trends, and you are not able to understand the trends, and you are only focusing on coverage of the textbooks and the non-relevant content. You are just end up covering something which is not at all relevant to the UPSC. So now let us understand what is reverse engineering is here. So most of the toppers follow this reverse engineering technique, and most of the people end up being a topper because they followed this particular approach. So now what exactly the reverse engineering approach? So first they will pick the syllabus, and then they will first they will pick the syllabus, and then they will pick the PYQ, and then they will finalize the source, and then they are reading it and revising it and completion. So this is the roadmap for reverse engineering. So as long as you are not doing the syllabus part and PYQ part, in forward study, what exactly you're doing? You are skipping these 2 and these 3, and you're directly taking the reading part and the revision part, and you're trying to complete. So which is not going to work. What you're supposed to do is you have to follow the steps to understand what is the weightage of each of the topic and what is the trend that is going to be going with the UPSC exam. So what exactly the advantage of it? So advantage of being following the reverse engineering is it develops the exam oriented mindset. So ultimately, what is your purpose of writing this exam? So to clear the exam, to make this exam out, to whatever the possible easy way that is there to make this exam, you should be trying rather than complicating this particular exam process. And so in advantages, again, it helps to identify the important topics and patterns. So it will clearly give you an idea that what is important and what is not important and what is the trend. And it saves a lot of time by skipping irrelevant areas. So you will have the leverage of skipping some context which is not important based on the weightage of the topic, because you have done the PYQ analysis. So now limitations. So it needs a strong understanding of the syllabus to decode PYQ. So obviously you have to have the strong syllabus understanding, and as long as you are not done with the syllabus understanding, you can't do the reverse engineering part. And the risk of missing foundational clarity. So for that part, that is the reason I told you, you should be integrating both forward and reverse engineering. So those who are doing it for the first time preparation and initial first time readers, those should be applying the forward study, and the second time you should be following the reverse engineering. So this is how it works. So reverse engineering, like first it starts with understanding the syllabus, grabs the exam scope and content, and then analyzing the PYQ, and then developing mindset of the exam, prioritizing the topic by based on the PYQ weightage, and then supplement the learning and achieve the exam. So going forward, so now which one is best, which works for aspirant or which works for topper here? So ultimately what I would say is it is a balanced approach which is ideal for this particular exam. So here what you are supposed to do, start with the forward study and build the basics and from NCERT and standard books, and then apply the reverse engineering. Integrate the reverse engineering by mapping the PYQ to what to study and what not to study, and use PYQ as a filter to decide what to revise and what to skip and how to write. That is more important. Now, so what exactly ultimate outcome? So forward plus reverse equals to focused and foundation driven and futuristic preparation. So this should be remembered. And yes, now let us understand. So the balanced approach learning, how exactly we can go for balanced approach. So the benefits of balanced approach, it is like efficient learning. So and it is effective revision, and because you already have the both forward study and the reverse study, and improved exam performance, deeper understanding and active learning. And in reverse engineering, so lack of foundational knowledge. So for that to balance it, you should be doing the forward study also, and you may have the incomplete understanding, but it is still okay as long as you are covering the exam oriented preparation. And potential for obsolescence, means maybe you may be skipping some of the potential topic, but for that sake you have to be following the PYQ thoroughly. And implementation, start early. So start early so that you can do the forward study better and then do the reverse study. Be systematic and focus on understanding, and practice regularly and seek feedback on your approach, so that you get to know that whether you are on the right path. And forward study, information overloaded and lack of prioritization and passive learning and difficulty in application. So this should not be a passive learning method. There should be an active and passive learning, both. It should be a blend of both. And forward study is a very traditional and old school method which doesn't work now. So and again, the reverse engineering is extremely advanced, where you can't go directly to that. So you have to integrate both the forward study and reverse engineering study, so that you can get the better outcome. So thank you so much for your patience, and stay tuned for the further videos, and we'll meet in next video. Welcome.